Good evening, everyone. It is August. Don't even know what day it is. I lost my screen, but we are here on Sunday night for another episode. My hair's all messed up. Oh no. We're here for another episode of Unturned Pages. So sit back, relax, enjoy, and we have a couple of events coming up here pretty soon. I don't have them with me right now. Jenny's on the road, unfortunately, but she's in the background doing some fun stuff back there in the car. But excuse me. But my guest tonight is a special effects artist. She is a all around great person. She's also a podcaster on Monday evenings. I believe it's 7 p.m. Pacific time, I believe. I'm I'm all out of sorts today. I actually got a day off, so like I'm kind of out of it right now. So, but anyways, let's bring her on. Michelle of the Dead.
Hey, Russ. Thanks for having me.
Hello. Thank you for coming on.
Yes, I
So
love
much,
the hair.
so much.
I love the
I
hair.
know. I mean, it grew back so quick. This new shampoo I'm using is just fantastic.
You have to
Like,
send me the link to that shampoo because I really need it.
I will.
The older I'm getting a little thin, so I'd really like that luscious, thick, curly, like,
It's mane and tail. It's made for horses.
oh my God, I already used that.
Well, you're not using it right, I guess.
I used the shampoo and the conditioner.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Dude,
All
that is
right.
so
So
funny because I really do.
you know what? One of my ex-girlfriends used to use it too, and I was just like, the first time I saw it in the shower, and I was like, what the hell? Like, isn't this like veterinary like grade stuff or like?
Hey, it's actually not bad. It's pretty good. I even use it on my dogs.
Hey, I mean, I've never heard a bad thing about it, and obviously, I mean, it's really helping me.
I
I mean,
mean,
this is 4 weeks from shaving my head, so
I
I
know
mean,
that is so fast. That is so
I
fast.
know people
It
don't
must go
believe it.
down to like the molecular level of your hair follicle and
Yeah.
like super invigorate the stem cells or something.
Oh yeah. Oh, hands
Yeah.
down, 100%. So,
Yeah.
all right, well, Michelle, why don't you give everybody a little rundown of who you are, like what you do, in I wouldn't necessarily say your spare time because this is kind
Oh,
of a,
what's
I
that?
mean, well, spare time
Be
considering,
like
you are
hobbies.
your 9 to 5 is, I believe, a vet tech.
Yes. I'm a licensed veterinary technician. I've been licensed since 2011, but I've been doing it for way longer than that. I love where I work right now, and I'm actually going back to work tomorrow after being on leave of absence for a little over a month for filming the death of Snow White. So I'm pretty excited to get back into it. So that's my main gig. My side gig is just for funsies, and that's makeup special effects.
Uh-oh. Looks like we may have a little bit of a lag here. Michelle froze. Oh no. Well, anyways,
Is
oh,
it back?
there we're back. We're back.
All right, where did you lose me at?
The part where your funsies is makeup and special effects.
Oh yeah. So that I just kind of fell into and have been doing it professionally only about 4 years or so, but non-professionally for maybe like 15 or 20. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just, Halloween and zombie walk makeup, things like that, the kids, friends, stuff like that.
Oh,
So, but I also like doing props and things like that. I collect a lot of weird stuff, wet specimens, dry specimens, dead things, bones, sticks, rocks, feathers, um, exotic pets. Um, Gosh, what else? Yes, Vlad and Patrick and I have a podcast on Monday nights. It is at 7 Pacific Standard Time, and it's on here, and I think it's on YouTube as well as like Apple, and I don't know if it's on Twitch anymore. I don't think it is, but
we got to get it
anyways,
on Spotify.
yeah, I don't know. I'll have to ask him if we are. But anyways, yeah, so that's it. We just recently got done principal photography for the death of Snow White. You can go to deathofsnowwhite.com to watch the trailer. And then I want to invite you to go do a search and look up the Disney version of their new Snow White movie that's coming out at the same time, and tell me what you think.
That
um,
now I'm gonna have to do that.
yeah, there is a huge difference. Okay, theirs is like all cutesy, and I'm just gonna leave it at that, so
Yep.
nobody has any spoilers. And ours is like a dark horror fantasy fairy tale slash. It's got some comedy factors, it's got some romance factors, and a lot of gore.
Now you opened it up perfectly for a question I wanted to ask you. Was what what do you think now of all these shows or these studios coming out with the darker version? I mean, we had Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. You have, I believe they're doing Steamboat Willie coming out here soon. What do you think of like these Disney franchises that lost licensing, or not necessarily lost licensing, but didn't renew the licensing for it? But now
Yeah.
you have other studios making a darker, twisted version of it.
I'm I'm kind of mixed on it, but I'm kind of like for it because we were able to do that with Snow White. We just had to like you can't use the actual like the dwarves names that are, Disney.
Yeah.
We have to use different names and things like that. But I think it opens a lot of doors. I think that would be really cool to see a lot of darker versions of fables and fairy tales and folklore and things like that, and a whole new genre of horror.
You'll have to excuse me for a second. My hairdresser's here to fix my hair.
I wish I had a hairdresser.
Do I look
You have to
beautiful?
give me her number.
Fantastic. No, my wife's in the bedroom and she like literally texted me and said your part's messed up. And like,
I
I
love
was
it.
like, oh, okay, well, come fix it then.
That's
But
awesome.
no, so I mean, I really, I honestly think I agree with you with the now, um, because you know what, I'm a twisted individual. I like the darker side of things, and seeing the things we grew up with as kids now being turned into something that could cause nightmares to the newer generation,
Reanimated, so
absolutely,
to speak.
yeah, absolutely makes me like over the moon about it. Like I just I love it.
Yeah, yeah, same. Fun fact, the Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey movie,
Yeah.
the composer for that movie is a composer that we got for the death of Snow White.
Oh, no kidding.
Kidding. Not really. Yes, really.
No. Okay. Okay. Great.
Yeah.
Great. I didn't know where you were taking me down that road there. No.
No, no. That was just kind of a fun fact, and you brought that up. It's like, oh, ding, ding, ding.
No, that's actually fantastic. Like that's one of the things that I think that, because I'm getting very bored with modern day cinema because it's one of the things is like everything is so rinse, wash, repeat. Like
Right.
it's there's no original ideas out there anymore. So, I mean, for these franchises out there to start doing like a dark or twisted version, yes, I get it. It's still the kind of, play on the same story, but it's in a completely different direction.
Right. Yeah, I'd like to see it go back to the original, like, Grimm's style instead
Oh
of,
God,
like
Grimm's Fairy Tale is one of my
yeah,
favorite.
yeah, because everything is, like, all Disneyfied, and it's like, "No, let's go back. Let's go back to the roots." And I
Yeah.
think that's what, a lot of filmmakers are doing now by redoing these,
Well, because even if you
sequences.
watch um the older Disney movies, the ones that were, and I would say the ones that were probably made from 1950s all the way up to maybe the mid 80s,
Oh, like Bambi and all that.
they are very dark, and people
Yes.
they don't understand that. Like
Watership
people don't get it.
Down.
Oh God, yeah.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
mean, even if you want to go even into it a little bit more, I mean, we don't even have to look at Disney. We can go, shit, what the hell was the name of the movie? And I'm gonna Land Before Time, Littlefoot.
Oh, oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, like,
Earthshake.
Yeah, and then
That was
you know
sad.
you have Fox and the Hound, you have even some of the newer ones, Good Dinosaur,
Hmm.
which was one of my daughter's favorite movies. And I tell you what, being a 40-year-old man and crying at a Disney movie does not give me a good reputation. But I mean, the one that gutted me the most, especially as a kid, Never Ending Story.
Yes. Oh my God. I was just thinking of that. That one was just a gut wrencher with the horse in the swamp and just, oh my God. Oh my God.
That just gutted you, like gutted you.
Right.
And people are like, everybody's like, oh, because I work with a bunch of teenagers, and they're like, oh, this movie, this movie, this movie, and I was like, no, you have not experienced trauma until
No, your
you've
frail
seen.
little heart couldn't handle it.
Yeah, you haven't handled this trauma until you've seen Scar push Mufasa off the cliff, or
Right?
Littlefoot dying, or you haven't experienced actual trauma. Like,
Exactly. Exactly.
take your bubblegum bullshit and go somewhere else. But so also in your spare time, you also volunteer at an event called Crypticon Seattle.
Yes,
So
I
for
do.
anyone that is not aware of what Crypticon Seattle is, go ahead and kind of fill everybody in a little bit.
CrypticCon Seattle is the Pacific Northwest's largest horror convention. It's a 3-day Halloween party, basically, in May. And we have a huge vendor room with everything you can think of that's horror or weirdo related. Um, Tons of celebrity guests from horror movies, artists, musicians, directors. Um, Gosh, what else? Sometimes there's a drag show. There's always like a celebrity brunch. Um, it's just a lot of fun. There's like workshops and panels. And basically everybody who goes dresses up. It's a lot of cosplay and it's just a lot of fun.
Now, what are the guests that come? Like, what are your big draws that you guys get for it?
Oh, Elvira is always a really big draw. Billy Zane, um,
Oh,
Kane Hodder. You know, we've had some big ones. So we had Sid Haig. So yeah, I never got to meet him,
R.I.P.
unfortunately.
Gone too soon.
Way
I
too
met
soon.
him once at an event that I was at, and he was such a genuine person. Like,
That's what I've heard. That's what I've
really
heard.
honestly, like what you see him on screen to what he is in actual life is just 100% different. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, he'll switch that role immediately. If you go into it, he'll switch that role immediately. But it's one of those things that just I've been doing conventions for probably 15, almost 20 years, I want to say, and I've met some fantastic people along the way. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
will say, one of the nicest people I've ever met has been Skeet Ulrich.
Yeah, yeah.
He just was like hands down, like I was just a guest at, like I wasn't there, speaking or anything like that, but he was one of the main stars that was at the event. So
Right.
I was doing the whole like inconspicuously trying to get him in the background and like take a selfie kind of thing.
Like, look who I'm kind of in front of.
And I'm like, oh, I'm just doing a live real quick and
Yeah,
like taking
I'm
pictures and everything.
recording for my show.
And next thing I know, on camera and live, I see him like get up and start walking towards me, and I'm like, oh
You're like,
shit,
oh
I'm in trouble.
fuck.
I'm in trouble now. And he's like, oh, do you want a picture? And I was like, yes, please. He's like, oh, come on, let's go. And I was like, oh,
That's
great,
awesome.
fantastic. Now, I know you said you were just in Idaho for the filming of The Death of Snow White. So everybody out there listening, go check out the trailer for The Death of Snow White. Which production company is it done by? It's an independent film, but where can they find it if they can't search
Oh,
it by the name?
realfictionstudios.com.
Okay.
Real Fiction Studios is the effects company that I am a founding member of. Jason Brooks is the owner and the founder, and his partner Naomi, and then me, and then another guy, Spencer, are Real Fiction, and we do the makeup and effects and stuff. And Jason and Naomi wrote the movie, and Jason directed it. He also acted as a couple of different people in it.
Oh
A
wow.
couple different people, or maybe just one. I don't remember. It was just like a big blur of 5 weeks.
Yeah, that kind of
Yeah.
tends to happen a little bit. Like, Susan in the chat room said Hansel and Gretel were savage. I love the
Yes.
Hansel and Gretel story. Like,
Yes.
you know what? And honestly, when they did the remake of Hansel and Gretel, they, who was in that? That was, God, what was his name? I can't remember, but it was like a newer remake. I think it was done in like the mid 2010s. I think it was like 2014,
Hmm.
2013 or something like that. But um, it was actually a really damn good movie. It was like the darker side of Hansel and Gretel.
Nice.
So, but um, so with Crypticon Seattle, what is essentially your job that you do there? I know you go and volunteer and everything and help out and whatnot, but
Yeah.
what do you are you a handler? Are you
No. No, my title
security?
is the VIP liaison. So I've been there for 9 years. So basically I'm the face that people recognize, like the VIP ticket holders. So I'm the person who basically, I'm the cruise director, make sure they're, getting all their amenities that they need and want, and that they're happy, and, you know, show people where they need to go and where they need to be and all the fun things they can do. Be the person they can come to if they have any questions or need direction for anything.
Oh, there you go. Like you're directing the VIPs, but you also sound like a VIP yourself. You know, you you definitely fit it in there where it needs to be and whatnot. So, um, what would what so what would your favorite memory from Crypticon be?
Oh gosh.
I know that you've said 9 years you've been there, so there's probably a
There's
lot to run through.
there's so many. I mean, there've been a lot of great moments in the karaoke room. Another great moment was we have Saphira the Velociraptor, who comes as a special guest, and came out and was a big surprise, and met a bunch of the celebrities and everything. Um, Gosh. Oh, I accidentally like smacked the greatest American hero in the eye. That's probably the most memorable thing for me. I was announcing the dinner. Yes,
Accidentally.
William Cat. Also,
Okay.
like Carrie's date from Carrie.
Yep.
So the beautiful hair, kind of like the hair that you have now. A little bit. Yeah, gorgeous. So,
I'm
anyways,
kind of I'm sad not to interrupt you, but I'm sad because I had a lot of friends there. There was an event, Michigan Paracon was going on this weekend,
oh,
and it's the last one they're doing. So this was the
oh
last one, and I
no.
was
But you
like,
were
I've never
working.
made it. Yep, I never made it there, and like, you know what? I literally just gotten paid, and I was like, what if I buy a plane ticket and just go out there? And then I was like looking at my work schedule, and I was like,
You're like, God
it's
damn
not
it.
gonna
I'll have
work out.
40 seconds to sleep, and I'll have to go back in
Yeah.
time to get back.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if I had the Doctor Who phone booth, I would be perfect, but it wasn't in the card. But they
Oh.
actually had the saxophonist from the Lost Boys.
Oh my God, sexy sax guy.
Yes, at
I want
the
to meet
event,
sexy sax guy. He's so sweaty. I want to meet
and
him.
he did an entire show playing the sax and everything, like
Did he
at
do
the
a hip
event.
thrust?
Yes, he did.
Oh my goodness.
Like,
Wow.
you're talking straight out of Lost Boys, and for any of the younger generations listening out there, the Lost Boys is an absolute gem of a movie.
Probably one of the best
So
horror cult classics ever made.
yes, the vampires don't twinkle or sparkle.
Mm,
So
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but no, continue with the story. I'm sorry, you just made me think
Oh,
of it, like with the
oh.
hair and everything.
Oh, oh no. So I was like, we're up in the VIP room, which is the presidential suite that all the VIP, like gold and platinum ticket holders get to hang out in. And like for the celebrity dinners, just the platinum ticket holders, there's like 30, 35 of those ticket holders, plus the celebrities, and they get to mingle and eat with them and hang out and whatever. So I'm like, announcing the dinner, and I'm a little animated sometimes, and I was like, dinner's in the other room. And I was like, I went like this, and I didn't realize that Lillian Cat was standing behind me. And I went right in the eye. And like the room photographer caught a photo of the moment where he's all like this. And I'm all like that. And I was like, oh my God, oh my God. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It was so embarrassing, but he was okay. He didn't get an ulcer or a
One of
scratch.
one of the best moments, but probably one of the most embarrassing moments.
Yes.
You're like, God, no, I can't believe I did that. And then you see
Oh
the pictures,
God.
and like, oh shit.
Oh my God, it was so bad. And so the next day I went to his booth and I went and talked to him and made sure he was okay. I was like, I'm really sorry. He's like, no, it's okay. And we laughed about it, but I'm sure he hates me.
I doubt that highly. I'm
Oh,
telling you, I've been joking with you, Patty, and Vlad about making it out to Crypticon one year, and it's right after my birthday, so I mean it
should.
could happen.
And you could do like a live feed. Like we could just like
Yep.
walk through and be silly and have like a ridiculous commentary of the 13th floor, which is probably most people's probably second favorite part of the con. Usually the first part is like celebrities, second is like the
Yeah.
parties, and third is vendors. But anyways, yeah, 21 and over after the vendor room closes, and it's like all of the rooms on the 13th floor have been rented out for the convention. And there's
Okay.
different party rooms. There's like the biohazard room where there's a lot of like dancing, EDM
Yeah.
music, things like that. There's a VIP room, which is a little bit more mellow. There's like it's restricted to just certain guests. So we keep a little bit more on the, I can get away and just
Yeah.
kind of like just
The
like
Woosah
vibe in
relax kind
here.
of room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's the karaoke room. And then there's also like the Deadly Darlings have their room, which is usually themed. And they have like amazing drinks and snacks and decor. And their hostesses are amazing and very, very helpful. And you have people walking around with like shots on their trays. And it's just it's kind of like Bourbon Street, but inside a
Yeah.
hallway.
Oh, there you go. I mean, hey,
See?
that sounds like my kind of party
It's
right up
great.
the alley.
And everybody is in costumes. Sometimes you don't even know who people are because it's every kind of costume you can think of. It's amazing. I mean, there was even an inflatable dinosaur, which was ridiculous because he took up most of the hallway walking through, and everybody's like
I'm
pressed up
Yeah, I'm
against the
not
sides, letting
surprised.
him through.
I put one of those on last year at work, and I was like, "There's no way I'm getting around the store in this thing."
What if you run and jump? Would you bounce and just kind of bounce across the store?
No, it literally like those inflatable ones. It like the minute something pushes against it, it pushes back against you. There's not enough air pushing through
Oh,
because the fans are so small in it. It's enough to
oh,
keep it inflated, but it's not enough to be like you're in a bubble.
God. Okay.
Yeah, I know, I know.
Oh well.
It's just one of you would probably need something with like a leaf blower attached to it or something to keep it that
Yeah.
well.
Or something with like a one-way breathing valve and made out of like rubber or something.
Yeah. Now we're going into a completely different area. So your Zompire podcast that you do with Vlad and Patty.
Yes.
What brought that about? What was that all about? How did you guys come up with that? I mean, because I've known Vlad and Patty just as long as I've known you guys, and
Yeah.
I actually met Vlad through doing a couple different like buy sell exchange horror groups on Facebook and everything. My hair is starting to piss me off.
You need a clip.
I need one of those little berets and like just hold
Yeah.
it back.
Yeah. Yeah. No, actually, Vlad had Zompire. He had started that years before I met him. And they did um like the boxes and things like that, the monthly boxes. And he actually approached me at Crypticon one year and introduced himself. We were already like Facebook friends for a couple of months, and introduced himself and asked if I wanted to like be on a podcast with him sometime. And I did, and we've been doing it for a couple of years now. And it's about
I know.
horror, true crime, and the macabre.
Yep. I
Yeah.
was gonna say I know I've been on as a guest a couple times, coming up playing
Yes.
horror trivia and everything like that. So,
That's so much fun.
oh no, it definitely is. It really, honestly is. And
Yeah.
it's always I love like the page and everything because you guys start the whole friendly competition, and things can get heated in there. I'll say that.
Oh, oh man, only when it comes to like Chucky, because you can't kick Chucky. That's like a thing, apparently. Oh, what I do love, though, one of my favorite things is the Would You Rather episodes.
Yes.
Those are so gross. I love doing those because it gives me a
I
chance to be disgustingly creative.
I played Would You Rather with Vlad one time, and I walked away from that needing therapy.
Those are so much fun. Just disgusting, sick and wrong. I mean, it's right up there with uh what's that freaking game? What's
Cards
that
Against
card game?
Humanity.
Yes, that. Yes.
No, that's a party favorite. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
Cards Against Humanity is literally just a game of how demented can you actually be.
You learn a lot about your family members that way. And
Oh
my
God, yeah.
God, laughed so hard that my stomach is hurt, had to pee so bad. Oh God. I've never
I've
laughed so
been
hard.
I've been married for almost coming up on 4 years now. I've been with my wife for 8 years now. And we played the game once, and I literally looked at her at the end of the game going, "Who are you? Who
It's like,
hurt
I don't
you?"
know you. It's like, should I sleep with one eye open? What's going
Well,
on here?
and then she tosses on a serial killer documentary, and I'm like,
She needs it to fall asleep to as background.
she does. She honestly does.
I can
It was
relate.
it's
I
literally
do.
Forensic Files.
Yes, I fall asleep to Forensic Files every night.
She's watching a new show called Signs of a Psychopath
Ooh.
that is on, I believe it's Hulu. I believe it's on.
Oh.
But it's actually
Is
a
it good?
really good show. Yeah, it's
Huh.
like they're like short, like 25-minute episodes, but they're actually really good.
Does it showcase individuals or does it just give you psychological symptoms to watch out for?
Oh no, it's individuals. They take case by case by case, and then
Ah,
they bring on the experts, like like a forensic psychologist,
right.
you know, FBI, like criminal profilers, things like that, and they're like, yeah, literally the show ends every time the same way. Yes, this person was clearly showing signs of being a psychopath, like but it's actually an interesting show, but it's one of
Huh,
those things that is the lesser known, like, because we all know your Dahmers, your Bundys, your Gacy's, things like that. But you got these
yeah.
people out there that are like two people, three people, four people, whatever it may be. And I'm not glorifying serial killers or anything like that. So anybody out there listening, please do not take it that way. I'm definitely not doing that, but I mean, it's one of those things where it's like it's really, really interesting to see the other side of it. Like, because we've all seen the documentaries, we've seen the profiles of, like, like I
Right.
said earlier, your Dahmers, your Gacy's, things like that. But these everyday people, your blue collar workers that just snap, and
Yeah. Yeah.
it's like, what makes that person? And then have you? I'll ask you a question honestly, and I want an honest answer out of you. Have you ever watched one of those documentaries or one of the shows or whatever, and been like, shit, something's wrong with me?
Oh yeah, because sometimes things are a little bit relatable, and I don't know if it's like human nature or if there's something wrong with me.
I'm still trying to figure that out myself. Like, I'm like, literally, like, we literally just watched an episode right before I got on here, and I'm like sitting there going, okay, he was stressed out about work.
I
Okay,
get it.
things were going wrong in his life. Okay, yeah, money's tight. Oh, okay. And then he just snapped, and I was like,
What's that um what's that movie with Michael Douglas?
falling down,
Yes.
where he
Totally
walks into
fucking
the
relate.
restaurant.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
that
He
is
was like
one
he
of,
gets
like,
stuck in traffic, he's having a bad day and he just fucking gets out of his car and he just goes on a fucking
just walks.
rampage.
Yep,
Yep.
like, cinematic gold is when he
Yes.
walks into that restaurant. I want a hamburger. Well, we're serving breakfast. Well, I don't want breakfast.
It's like, you have the shit there, take it out and start cooking it. But yeah,
Yeah, like
that's such a great movie. And I can relate.
that.
And it's like, that makes me feel like maybe there's not something wrong with me. Maybe,
It's everyday relatable.
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
so while we have some time here, we're gonna have some fun here. So my good friend John Ward, he has started doing a movie poll, kind of doing like a almost kind of like a round robin kind of tournament style of movies. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back to the start of this newest one that he just started, and it's 32 different movies. And we're gonna go back and we're gonna see where this leads you, and maybe some of the because he opens it out to his Facebook, and there are over 100+ commenters on it voting on each movie. So we're gonna go back and we're gonna kind of start to see, because I know you are a big horror fan. You are a big, you're almost a purist, because you you do like the newer stuff, but you like don't, because you think like something's getting lost.
Yeah, yeah. It's like there's a lot of newer stuff that I haven't seen. I feel kind of out of the loop, and I feel like kind of a big poser. But it's like I love creepy stuff and horror, and I might not know every actor and every year that everything was made, but it doesn't stop me from enjoying it. So
All right, so the first one he did, the first matchup, round one, American Psycho versus Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho.
I don't understand what we're doing.
What would you choose? What one over the other? Which would you choose?
Oh, what were my choices?
This is a
Now
go
that I know what we're
swimmingly.
doing.
American Psycho versus Alfred Hitchcock Psycho.
Oh, American Psycho.
Okay. So, surprisingly enough, Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho took down American Psycho
Hmm.
in a blowout win.
Huh.
So the next one we have up is Stephen King's Children of the Corn versus The Wicker Man, the original, not the Nicolas Cage version, the original Wicker
Okay, I'll say Wicker Man.
Man. Children of the Corn took it down 54-24 vote.
Dang. Wow, wow,
So
wow.
you have now The Mist versus The Fog.
Oh, The Mist.
All right. So The Mist won in a blowout victory over it. So this one you have The Babadook or Hostel.
Hostel.
All right. Hostel took it down 48-34, a little closer of a battle. So this one, Sixth Sense versus The Orphan.
Sixth Sense.
Sixth Sense won 82-26. This one, Drag Me to Hell or Anthony Hopkins' The Right.
Drag Me to Hell.
The Right took down Drag Me to Hell 45-42.
Ooh, that's close.
That was close. So this is where I started getting pissed off a little bit. He put two of my favorite movies up against each other. The original Carrie and The Shining. Yeah, see, that's exactly the noise I made. I was deflated. I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
And we're trying to determine which one did better.
Which one you would pick? Like,
Oh, fuck.
what would your pick be?
Oh my God.
Now, remember, this
I'm
is
gonna
the
say
Kubrick
Carrie.
version
I'm
of.
just gonna go ahead and say Carrie because William
Okay,
Cat.
okay, okay. Shining took down Carrie by a vote of 78-26.
Ah, I'm not surprised though.
I'm not either, even though that is
Shining
one of
has
Shining has a special place in my heart. Like
it has a huge cult following too.
oh yeah. Um. So the next one is going to be Phantasm and Silence of the Lambs.
Silence of the Lambs.
Silence. Blowout victory over Phantasm.
Of
So the
course.
next one we have up is House of Wax or Dead Silence. Now, anybody out there that has not seen Dead Silence is actually a pretty good movie.
I'm gonna say House of Wax.
Okay, all right, all right. Dead Silence took it down 52-45. Closer
Oh,
battle, closer battle.
oof.
So the next one we have up is Haunt, Haunt, versus House of a Thousand Corpses.
House of a Thousand Corpses.
Yeah, they took that down 54-15. So next one, I have not watched this one yet, but I've been told I have to. So the first one up is Krampus. It is verse Ready or Not.
Ready or Not.
Krampus took down in a blowout victory.
Ah,
Yep. So this is actually another sleeper film that I actually enjoyed. So the next matchup is Oculus versus The Autopsy of Jane Doe,
Autopsy of Jane Doe.
which I actually really enjoyed that movie. It was actually a very, very
It's
good
very
movie.
good.
Now, yeah, so Autopsy won over Oculus hands down easy. So now we have two classics coming at you again.
Uh-oh. Scared.
The People Under the Stairs versus the original Salem's Lot.
God damn it. People Under the Stairs.
Salem's Lot took it down 61-29.
Ah, I knew it as soon as I said it too.
So another one you have is
Wah,
Houses
wah.
October Built, and then versus Grave Encounters, which I've actually never seen either one.
Grave Encounter. Hi, Damien.
Damien is our good friend from Edinburgh, Scotland.
Oh.
So he's up. We're international over
Oh, it's
here.
morning
So
over there. I found out I'm a little bit Scottish. In fact, look,
oh,
I have bagpipes from Scotland. We went there when I was like 3 or 4 years old. And so I have like actual vintage bagpipes from Scotland
oh
from the
wow.
early 70s.
Do you play it all?
No, but I'm going to teach myself. First, I'm going to I have to oil
Learn how
up
to
the
hold it?
leather and maybe clean up the wood and get it all put together, put the reeds in. I got some reeds for it.
There you go.
Yep. Anyways, Scotland.
Now this one's gonna get under your skin as well because I
Oh
know you.
no. Like parasites?
No. So House
Ticks?
of October, the House October Built defeated Grave Encounters 30-24. One of the lower voted ones because I'm not sure a lot of people know what those movies are. So the next matchup is Candyman, dear old Tony Todd, versus one of my near and dear favorites, The Fly.
Oh God. The fly. The fly.
Come on, you cannot. I mean, Jeff
Flies
Goldblum,
versus
like
bees, but the fly. Come on. Jeff Goldblum, I love him so goddamn much. I have a crush on him.
he he's a hall pass for me, honestly. Like he literally is. But unfortunately, Candyman defeated The Fly,
Ah,
64-45.
that's unfortunate. Well, it's because maybe the fly just maybe not enough people know about it because it's older, right? I don't know why my alarm is set for 6:40 p.m.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
kind of weird.
it's probably left over from filming when we sometimes we would film until like 3, 4, 5 in the morning.
And then you
Yeah.
go taking you slept that damn long, 12 hours.
No, no, that must have been, I don't know. No, because we were back on set like 2, 3 the next day.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, so the next one up is one I've actually really wanted to watch. I just have to find it. It's called Barbarian. And then the other one is Malignant.
Malignant.
Okay. Barbarian took down Malignant 44-13.
Oh,
So now we're getting into all the previous movies coming back because we already made it through the first 32, so now we're down to 16. So this one puts Dead Silence up against Krampus.
Oh. Dead Silence.
For the first time ever, it ended in a tie.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yep. So the next battle up, he's gonna do it came down to a final count of 44-44 for the votes,
Oh, wow.
which really surprised me.
Yeah.
So the next one he had up was Salem's Lot versus The Shining.
Shining.
Shining took down Salem's Lot 74-26. Next one up, Children of the Corn versus Sixth Sense.
Sixth Sense.
Sixth Sense took down Children of the Corn 92-32.
Wow.
That blew me away. I was like,
Wow.
okay.
I mean, Children of the
Next
Corn wasn't
one.
that bad. Come on.
No, it wasn't that bad at all. Like, I don't get it. So the next one up is The Right versus Silence of the Lambs.
Silence of the Lambs.
This is just a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And this one actually surprised me more. Silence of the Lambs took down The Right 89-18.
No.
So then you have Autopsy of Jane Doe versus Barbarian.
I'm going to say Autopsy of Jane Doe.
Autopsy took down Barbarian 59-34. Next one, Hostel versus The Mist.
The Mist.
Mist won by a vote of 81-26. Next one, Candyman versus Psycho.
Psycho.
Psycho took down Candyman by a final vote of 64-58.
Wow.
Close. So this one is a twofer. So you got two movies against two movies because one ended in a tie, so he had to kind of
gotcha.
do it. So you have Dead Silence in The House October Built versus Krampus in House of a Thousand Corpses.
Krampus in House of a Thousand Corpses.
Oh, so he voted on it separately. Okay.
Oh.
So House of a Thousand Corpses won by a vote of 33. Dead Silence came in with 26. Krampus came in with 23. And House October Built was 4.
All right.
So now he moved into the Elite 8, and we're actually coming to the end of it. And this one actually, again, pissed me off because we have Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho versus The Shining.
Ooh. I'm going to have to go with The Shining.
Shining took down Psycho 74-26.
Ah.
So now we have Autopsy of Jane Doe versus The Mist.
The Mist.
So this is the last one. The Mist took down Autopsy by 56-44. The one that has not been posted yet, because we haven't got results yet, because he just posted it 12 hours ago. You have House of a Thousand Corpses against Silence of the Lambs.
Silence of the Lambs. I'm going to keep saying it.
You got to. I believe it's going to come down to a final of Silence versus Shining.
Ooh, yeah. That's going to be rough.
He's starting the Final Four right now. So that was the first one for the Final Four. So I have a feeling it's going to come down to Silence and Shining.
So did I win anything?
Being on the show and showing everyone your sparkling personality. All right, so I got some questions for you. Since you're the macabre and the true crime and everything like that, it was a little fun little side thing that we played here because I know you're as big into movies as I am because I love watching everything that's coming out and whatnot. So if you were on death row, what would your last meal be? Anything. What would it be? What would you request?
Mm. Prime rib with horseradish. Yummy. Mashed
Ooh.
potatoes with gravy. Steamed asparagus. And probably have to follow it with some cake and ice cream. Yeah.
And the beverage?
Ooh. Strawberry cream Dr. Pepper.
Ooh.
It's
Ooh.
so good. They have a
I don't
coconut
eat,
cream and they have a strawberry cream, and they are divine.
I'm not a
Divine.
coconut fan, but I think I get behind the strawberry cream.
Yeah, and it's like it doesn't even really taste like Dr. Pepper. It tastes like strawberry cream soda with a little bit of a kick to it that you can't really tell. And no, it's not prunes. That is an urban legend.
Actually, was a, like a little side note here. One of my employees, he's 16 years old. God bless his heart. First job he's ever had.
Oh,
One of my assistant managers brought in a 6-pack of Dr. Pepper the other day, and the kid was like, "I've never had Dr. Pepper in my life before."
what?
And he's like, "Do you want to try one?" He's like, "Oh, I'll try one." He tried it, and he was like, "What is this stuff?" In a good way. He was
Yeah,
like, "Where has this been?"
yeah. It's like
And
when
I
you
was
try
like, "Dude,
sarsaparilla for the first time. It's like, what
yeah."
is this?
Well, see,
Yes.
that's like up here near Maine. People that try Moxie for the first time, like they don't. I mean, Moxie's pretty much just sugar with water in it, but I mean, we've all had those drinks. I mean, that's practically what Fago is these days, anyways. Sugar, water, and a little food coloring. That's all Fago is. So,
Yep, yep. The three food
all right.
groups.
So, if you could travel anywhere in the world, no expenses paid, or no, all expenses paid. Excuse me. Let me rephrase that. No restrictions on where you could go. So you could get into anywhere in the world. Where would you go? 5
I
places.
ha I have a toss up between a couple of places.
Okay.
I would go to Japan because they have amazing hammerhead shark diving there, and I want to do that.
That's right. You just got scuba certified.
I did. So they have amazing hammerhead schools in Japan. So I want to do that. And the other place I would like to go, which is a bucket list, would be Peru because I want to go to the jungle where all the deadly things are. So not
What about
necessarily deadly
Australia?
like Australia deadly.
Yeah.
I think I would like the habitat better in South America. So, yeah.
Okay, that's
So
fair.
those are places, and I will be going to them someday.
Hey, it's always good to have a bucket list and goals. I mean, that's the big thing. So,
Exactly.
all
Exactly.
right, you got 3 more. Where else you
Oh, I
going?
get to do
I said
5?
5.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, shit. Well, how
And you could go
about
anywhere, any history, any, marked off places that you're not supposed to go to, whatever it may be.
oh
And don't
gosh.
say Mars.
No, no, I don't want to leave the planet. Gosh. I probably have to hit Ireland just because I heard it's so beautiful. Um, probably Spain as well. Um, I don't know. I never really thought about having 5 places I would like to go. Nowhere cold. Nowhere fucking cold. Um,
I would much rather prefer the cold over the heat, honestly.
oof,
That's just me.
no,
That's just me though.
no, yeah. So, I've never been to Hawaii or Mexico. I would like to go to those places.
I've been to Mexico. It's very interesting.
Hmm, hmm.
Like like I went on my honeymoon the first time I was married, and you literally get dropped off in an airport, and you get in this shuttle van, and you drive through all these places that are like little shanty towns. And I'm like, I'm not kidding. Like I'm talking like steel plating and like that like the
Oh
stuff you would
wow.
use on tin roofs, like
Yeah, yeah,
built
yeah.
into shacks and everything.
Oh
And
wow.
then you literally you're driving through that for like 15 minutes, and then all of a sudden you're out and you're like you see the ocean, and it's like all these beautiful resorts and everything like that. And
Oh. Yeah.
Even our resort manager was like, yeah, if you're planning on going into the city, don't go without a tour guide because bad things can happen. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
You want to stay in the
that makes
touristy
me
area.
feel comfortable. You
Yeah.
know,
No.
we didn't go
No.
out. We stayed at the resort the entire time because it was all inclusive and they had stuff to do. So we just stayed there the entire time. And I was
That's
like,
what I would
that's
do.
enough for me. That's enough for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
all right. So since you do a lot of conventions and everything, well, just the one.
Yes.
Um,
I've done a lot of times. I've done it a lot of times.
okay. So I will give you the hardest question I'm going to ask you tonight.
Oh God.
And this will be an interesting one for you. So, if you were running a convention, say you end up running Crypticon, you were tasked with the responsibility to invite 5 people to be
Oh
guests.
no.
Now
Oh.
there's a kicker. It could be anyone, living or dead. Who
Oh.
would you
Oh.
invite?
Um, could have they never been before, or could they be people that have been before, like Sid Haig? Because
It it,
I
it,
would
it, could-
totally
it could
invite
be
him because I've never met him.
it could be anybody. Like it could be anybody. I don't care if they've been to the event before or not. Like,
Mm.
but you are tasked to invite these 5 celebrities,
Oh
individuals, whatever it
no.
may be, to have them come to the event.
Oh.
Which 5 would you invite?
Well, okay, Sid Haig for sure. Um, I know that Rob Zombie doesn't do conventions, but I would really like to invite him. Sven Gulli for sure, and he might be somebody in the future. I don't know. Um, I'm drawing a blank because I'm on the spot. So
That's why they're the hard questions.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't do well. I'm gonna fail this test.
You
I
got 3.
know.
You got two
Oh,
more. 2 more. Come on.
oh God, oh God.
You
Trying
can
to
do it.
think.
Anybody. Anybody.
So that's the thing is, it's like I don't really go gaga over people. Um, James Hetfield,
Okay.
Jeff Goldblum.
That there we go. There we go.
How's
There we
that?
go. I would love to meet Jeff Goldblum in person. That
Yes,
would be
yes.
absolutely amazing. No, actually, next year, one of my friends is putting on an event in Maine, and I'm going to be one of the guests there. But
Oh,
he
nice.
actually also pulled in. Oh, there goes the hair.
Oh,
Um,
careful.
he actually also pulled in Bob Elmore. I want to say. Let me look here real quick. I'm pretty sure it's Bob Elmore. Oh, there it is. Let's see here. Nope, not that one. Nope, nope. I'm in the wrong group. That's the problem with being part of so many damn groups. Yeah, Bob Elmore, who was the Leatherface,
Okay.
and he also pulled in C.J. Graham.
Oh, yeah. I actually worked with CJ Graham on Vengeance too.
Yep. So he's also getting
Nice.
Donnie Green, the truck driver from Pet Cemetery,
Nice.
that hit Gage.
All right.
So yeah, so that's gonna be real. So I'll get to meet all 3 of them next year
People
because
are
I
gonna
never
like
met
be like, "You asshole."
right. Well, he actually still has the truck, and he takes it to conventions,
Oh,
which is the
nice.
same way I do an event every year in Gettysburg. And they actually have a few years ago, a guy found the original Goblin mask from Maximum Overdrive in a
Ah,
junkyard,
yes.
restored it, and now he's traveling the country with it being like a touring museum.
I've heard of this guy. I
Yeah,
heard this
he's a
story.
great
Yeah.
guy. Great guy, and I believe he's actually either battling kidney problems or cancer right now. So he's
Mm.
like doing a lot of events right now to kind of try to raise money to kind of help with
Yeah.
his care and everything. So Michelle, it has been absolutely fantastic having you on, and I
Aw.
really do appreciate you coming on. I know I'm gonna have to jump on tomorrow with you guys and catch up
Yeah.
with you guys because it's
Yeah,
been so
please do.
long since you guys have done a show.
I know. We suck.
Well, life life happens. All
Yep.
right. So
Yep. Yeah.
don't personal things take precedent over your spare time.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so tell everybody where they can find you, what movies you've done special effects for, so they can maybe watch them or something like that.
Oh gosh. Well, I have like a list of things on my IMDb. Most of them are just like shorts and things like that. But The Death of Snow White, which is coming out in theaters in March. The before that, we did Friday the 13th Vengeance Part 2 Bloodlines, which you can see on YouTube. Um, and several more. And then we've been doing a lot of like 48s and small passion projects and things like that too. You can go to realfictionstudios.com. It's got a list of all of our effects and things and movies we've been working on, our little portfolios, and also a trailer to The Death of Snow White. A link to the trailer, or you can go to deathofsnowwhite.com and just watch the trailer directly from there. And you can get like Snow White swag and things like that too off of the website. So it's a lot of fun.
Fantastic. Now,
Yeah.
don't leave Vlad and Patty out of this. Where can they find you?
Of what now?
I said, don't leave Vlad and
Oh,
Patty out of
oh
this.
yeah,
Where
yeah,
can they
yeah.
find you?
Zompire Podcast. We are on Facebook. I think we're also on YouTube. And you can find us on Instagram, Facebook. Yeah.
And that is the 7 PST.
Yes, yes. Pacific time.
Yes,
Yes.
I have to remember the time change and everything like that.
Yeah, yeah. I always forget about that kind of thing. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
know. But Michelle, thank you so much for joining me tonight. You have been an absolutely amazing guest and,
Oh,
absolutely great to talk to.
thank
So
you. Had a
definitely
great
I
time.
will have catch up with you here soon
Okay.
and definitely get some things on the book for, maybe coming on my other show, Compass.
Yeah.
So definitely we'll definitely get that in the works.
Awesome. Thanks for having me. I had a great time.
All right. Thank you, Michelle, for so much.
All right. See you next time.
Bye. All right, guys. So next week, Unturned Pages will have on Candy Slater of Rock Island Haunted Rock Island Paracon. I believe it is. Jenny posted it in the chat a few minutes ago. Yep, Candy Slater, Haunted Rock Island Roadhouse Paracon. As we'll be discussing the Paracon. So until then, guys, enjoy the hair. Hope you took a mental picture. Jenny will be back next week. So we'll see you guys then.